impossible to find. She's my addiction. I can feel love pulling on. I stray. In my life, you know everything. It meets down in the middle. Your embrace. She goes by one eye. One night straight. Rise on my sunrise, my summer's eve, my arms a little rag doll is worth anything. She's impossible to find. She's my addiction. Can feel love pulling on. I stray. Dream in my life, written on everything. Me down in the middle. Her embrace. Goes by one eye. All night straight. Song's about a girl. It's called Rats.
I see that you've attracted a crowd out there. Hello, guests. That's always a good sign, isn't it? even if none of the listeners out who are listening in their cars or on the radios can see, you guys can see. And so that the listeners out there know who you guys are, you can raise that if you'd like. This is GEMMA. So, and that's spelled GEMMA. So why don't we go around and tell your names, a little bit about yourself, and what you play, so people can kind of connect the dots there.
Cool. Hey, everybody. It's good to have you listening. This is Cam, lead guitar. former WRFL listener and caller.
Yeah.
My name is Peter Young, and I play the bass. Nice to meet you.
Don't let him lie to you. His name is Shady Pete, playing the bass. My name's Thomas. I play the drums. I'm married to the keyboard player you're going to meet.
Hi, my name's Jordan. I play the keys and all the percussions, and something about myself, I actually like long walks on the beach. So.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I play guitar. First time listener, first time player.
Well, I'm glad.
And
Yeah.
I sing too.
Yeah. Don't forget that. You're the voice that everyone's been listening to. So, can you tell me a little bit about how you guys met?
We met in a Raid Area 51 Facebook group.
No, we actually all grew up in the same hometown, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. We all actually went to high school together.
Oh,
So that's
neat.
how all the base of the relationship started, and then we found each other later in life.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. Actually, it's kind of interesting. The three of them played football together, and then Peter and I, the bass player, I gotta say my voice low to say his name. We were actually in marching band together. So, and I, dated the drummer in high school, and now we're married.
And then I dropped her like a hot rock, and then we got back together later.
I dropped him. like a hot rock.
To be clear.
That's true.
They're perfectly happy now.
I would hope so. And Gemma is such an interesting name. Can you tell me a little bit about how that came
Shane,
around?
you take that one away.
Yeah, that's actually the name of the street I grew up on. And Shelby and I, back in high school, we used to write songs together on that street. That's kind of where we first started playing music together. And another friend of ours' basement, or actually his garage/basement across the street, and then eventually my parents' garage. And this is kind of the start. I thought it was the first time he ever said that name. I thought it was kind of weird, but it's perfect.
It's grown on
It
you.
was kind of his idea. He's like, let's call it Gemma. I'm like, what? But no, it's awesome.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say
please.
from there, the band actually forming, so they had something going on, back in high school. And then Cheney actually invited Peter, Thomas, and I over to his house just to jam for fun. Probably because he knew if he said, hey, come be in a band, we'd be like, no. So we went over there to his basement, and he's recording all of our practices. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird, man. And then he just decided that he was going to book a show, came to us, and he said, hey, is that okay? I booked a show. We were like, I guess we're a band now?
Many years ago when I went to UK, there was a lot to be learned, but the main thing I learned was you got to scheme.
You got
That's it. Shout out to Foreign Boys Network.
I have no idea what that's
That's
referring
like
to.
a rap group here in Lexington.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
So we've covered most of the basics except for one more thing, and that's how you guys got started in music.
Well, I'm the super band nerd, as I'll call myself. I started playing percussion in band when I was 9, and then kind of took a lot of interest in it in high school, and then I ended up majoring in music education and music teacher, rocking out with little kids and recorders all day. So that's my background.
Yeah, just go around. Let me.
Yeah, I think I just picked up a guitar in the 5th grade and fell in love with it. Watched the movie School of Rock, changed my
Of
life.
course.
Met Cameron, and the rest is history.
My cousin asked if he could leave his drum set at my parents' house in the garage, and then I got in trouble and left out there one day and started hitting it, and then just kept on.
Actually, I should also note that in high school, Thomas and I were both in percussion together, and I beat him in chair placement and knocked him out of first chair. So I just needed to say that for the record. Thank you.
We're settling scores tonight.
Shots fired.
I've always had a lifelong affair with music. It's not always been kind, but I've loved it nonetheless. That's not serious.
Why the bass?
Oh.
Because they needed it for this.
Yeah, tell them how long you've been playing bass.
Shady Pete is a saxophonist by trade, but his saxophone was not in working order, so we gave him a bass guitar instead.
And what about you, Cam?
You know, it's funny. Shelby said School of Rock, but I guess around that time, like when that movie came out, I was playing guitar, and then you're like, "Oh my god, that movie's awesome! Let's start a band." But yeah, I've just always loved rock music. Always wanted to rock out, so started playing guitar probably around 6th grade. My dad plays, so it was just kind of picked it up from him.
Yeah, usually when a band comes in, I can kind of get a sense of who does a lot of the songwriting. But for this band, I really couldn't get a sense of that. So could you, like, who's making the music? Who's guiding it? Or does it kind of come together?
Yeah, I mean, all of us do a little bit of it. I mean, I think the songs we played today, lyrically, mostly came from our brother, Shelby. But, and we all put our touch on it.
Yeah, of
We've all
course.
written songs.
Yeah, we all like kind of live in separate locations of the state, so we'll just